Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. Welcome to Southwest Desert. I'm your host, Alan, and today we're venturing into the scorching heart of California's Colorado Desert, where for over a century, fortune seekers have vanished into the shimmering heat waves, chasing what might be the deadliest mirage in American history. Imagine finding 3 small hills crowned with black rocks that glitter with gold when the sun hits them just right. Now imagine that this discovery has sent dozens of men to their graves, their bones bleaching under the merciless desert sun. This is the legacy of Thomas L. Smith, better known as Pegleg, perhaps the West's most successful con man, or perhaps its most unfortunate prospector. The story begins in New England, where Thomas L. Smith was born, the brother of legendary frontiersman Jedediah Strong Smith, who blazed the trail from the Great Salt Lake Valley to the Pacific Ocean. While Jedediah became one of America's greatest explorers, Thomas carved out a very different legacy. Despite sharing the same bloodline, the brothers' paths never crossed after leaving their family home. While Jedediah methodically mapped the West, Thomas drifted through it like a tumbleweed, leaving chaos in his wake. Thomas Smith first appears in historical records in 1825, when he and a companion named Leduc embarked on a hunting and trapping expedition. After several moves due to hostile receptions from various indigenous groups, they eventually found profitable hunting grounds in Moki territory. By 1836, Smith had made his way to the Great Salt Lake Valley, and it was from here that he set out on the journey that would define his legacy. Traveling with fellow trappers toward California, Smith claimed to have discovered gold-bearing black rocks atop 3 small hills, just a day's journey west of their camp on the Colorado River. This timing is significant. If true, Smith's discovery would have preceded Francisco Lopez's 1842 gold find north of Los Angeles by 6 years, and would have been 12 years before James Marshall's famous discovery that triggered the California gold rush. In other words, Pegleg Smith would have been the first person to discover gold in California. Smith reportedly collected samples but could never relocate the exact spot. Thus was born the legend of the lost Pegleg mine, a tale that would grow to mythic proportions and eventually claim numerous lives. But was there ever a mine at all? James A. Jasper, who served as a San Diego County supervisor representing the area, believed the entire story was fabricated. According to Jasper, who spent over 40 years tracking countless lost mine stories, Smith was nothing more than a dissipated horse thief who had no scruples about sending men to their death in search of non-existent treasure. Whether he found gold or not, Smith appeared in Los Angeles in 1839 with a valuable collection of pelts. After selling his furs, he established a permanent camp at Steamboat Hot Springs in southern Utah, where he took 5 indigenous women as wives and surrounded himself with their relatives. From this base, Smith built a life that blended hunting and trapping with the more dubious practice of rustling livestock from Mexican ranches. The open range provided abundant feed, and Smith's expertise quickly yielded a substantial herd. Those who knew Smith described him as a notorious drinker who became abusive when intoxicated. Yet his reputation extended beyond his domestic troubles. Smith was renowned for his exceptional marksmanship, which made him valuable in tribal conflicts. He strategically offered his services to whichever tribe promised him the largest share of war spoils. It was during one such conflict that Smith reportedly suffered the injury that gave him his nickname. After being struck by a poisoned arrow in the leg, Smith supposedly amputated his own limb using only his belt knife and a meat saw, with the assistance of an indigenous woman. When the wound healed, he crafted a wooden replacement, hence Pegleg. When news of the 1848 gold discovery at Coloma reached him, Smith joined the rush to California. In 1851, he partnered with Silas Gaskill on a mining operation along the Middle Fork of the American River. The venture proved surprisingly successful, netting the pair $20,000 in just a few months. When their claim was exhausted, Smith returned to Utah and resumed his former activities, adding stolen horse trading to his repertoire. His business model was uniquely straightforward. Customers who brought a pint of whiskey could have first choice from Smith's inventory of stolen horses, while those offering tobacco or ammunition were granted second pick. In the late 1850s, Smith organized what would become one of many ill-fated expeditions to locate his purported lost mine. Leading a party into the Colorado desert, the group reached the last known water source before entering the desert interior. During the night, the indigenous carriers disappeared with all the supplies. Smith led the remaining party members to San Bernardino, where the group disbanded. Rumors circulated that Smith had orchestrated the entire fiasco, having arranged for his wife's relatives to serve as porters and then instructing them to abscond with the provisions. Whether true or merely gossip, it added another layer to Smith's reputation as an untrustworthy character. The true tragedies associated with the Pegleg legend were just beginning. In 1863, a wealthy San Francisco man named McGuire claimed to have found the lost mine, presenting rich quartz specimens as evidence. Leading a party of 5 adventurers from San Francisco, McGuire's group was last seen alive at the San Felipe Ranch. Months later, a prospector discovered their bleached bones partially buried in the sand. In the 1880s, the Breedlove party from San Diego, 3 men, attempted to locate the elusive mine. When they failed to return as scheduled, a search party was dispatched. The rescuers found the prospectors' remains just a few miles north of the Mexican border. In a cruel twist of fate, the men had apparently lost their way, panicked, and wandered in circles, discarding their clothing in a heat-induced frenzy before succumbing to thirst and exposure within sight of the Yuha Spring where plentiful water awaited. This devastating incident should have served as a stark warning, but the allure of Pegleg's gold proved too powerful. A prominent Riverside resident named Coover became fixated on the lost mine story and made numerous expeditions into the desert. In 1886, Coover ventured out and never returned. Despite a substantial reward offered for the recovery of his remains and extensive search efforts, no trace of him was ever found. The list of tragedies connected to the Pegleg myth forms a grim testament to human greed and gullibility. But was there ever any gold at all? Jasper became convinced that Smith's story was a complete fabrication, a tale deliberately concocted to secure free drinks in saloons where a good lost mine story was worth a round or two. According to this theory, Smith played his cruel game without remorse, knowingly sending credulous prospectors to their deaths in pursuit of non-existent riches. If true, the body count attributed to Smith's deception would make him one of the most lethal con artists in American history. Smith's final days were shrouded in mystery. On his deathbed, he gathered his wives and informed them that all arrangements for his body had been made. When death finally claimed him, 3 strangers arrived to collect his remains. No one, not even his wives, knew who these men were or what became of Smith's body. It was a fitting end for a man who entered history through a haze of uncertainty and exited in the same manner, leaving behind only questions and a deadly legacy that continues to lure the unwary into the desert's embrace. The Colorado Desert remains one of the most inhospitable environments in North America. Summer temperatures regularly exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Water sources are scarce and often unreliable. The terrain is disorienting, with landmarks that appear deceptively similar. Even today, with GPS technology and modern equipment, people perish in these badlands. Now imagine entering this hellscape in the 19th century, equipped with nothing but a canteen, basic provisions, and a treasure map sketched from a drunk man's tale. The odds of survival, let alone success, would be vanishingly small. Yet still they came. The pull of Pegleg's gold has proven as enduring as it is deadly. Every year, modern prospectors venture into the Colorado Desert, convinced they will be the ones to finally uncover the 3 hills with black rocks that glitter gold in the sunlight. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the Pegleg Smith story is not whether the gold existed, but what the legend reveals about human nature. The allure of sudden wealth, the willingness to risk everything on the slimmest chance of success, the belief that we can succeed where others have failed. These are the true constants in the Pegleg narrative. Join my Patreon community and discover my art print products on my website in the links provided in my description and link above. Also, if you would like a particular image from my videos, give the timestamp for image, and I will upload it to my website and Patreon. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest Gold story. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold stories, and adult bedtime stories. If you like a certain image from my videos, tell me in comments and give timestamp. Happy trails. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.